Hello there, everybody. I have a few images to show you, and it has to do with the grid. Now, you may be asking, what is the grid exactly? Well, I'll explain this to you. So, in the beginning, there was nothing, just black, as I've compiled a lot of Google images to show you. But anyways, in the beginning, it was just darkness. But then, the grid appeared, out of nowhere. The grid got pregnant and gave birth to 3 children. There was me, there was Osteen, and there was the Fabric Man. But he also created the homies. These were his homies, but we'll get into the homies at a later date. The only home you need to know about to understand the grid is the Rainbow Man or the Gay Master. It could be called either, but he created the Earth, the Google Earth to be specific, and on the Google Earth, he created the Wazowski, which were a race that eventually evolved into humanity. And the humans built churches that would worship the grid. But then, in 1886, there was a very epic battle between the followers of the grid, represented by this guy over here, and everyone else, which is represented by this guy over here. And unfortunately, the grid's armies lost the war and were banished to Uranus. But people began to revert to all these religions, any religion that they could, because people began to forget about the grid. So these religions began to form, and eventually, after many years, Baljeet came down from the sky to allow the people of the grid to come back to Earth. They landed in Austria, a place where Baljeet cleansed. There was one city in particular, fucking Austria. It was the only place that they could be, but it would eventually spread all throughout Austria, and that leads us to where we are today. I hope you enjoyed my strange content that I created about the grid, and I hope to enlighten you all.